The shocking truth behind the powers of the Heroes of Lallor is finally revealed, a cosmic secret that connects them to a terrifying scientific experiment and an unexpected legacy. You will never look at these heroes the same way again after discovering the dark truth behind their extraordinary abilities, a heritage marked by desperation and an unimaginable sacrifice that shaped their destinies forever. Hey clickers, subscribe with the bell activated, comment with the content you want to see on the channel, and share this video to help us grow. This helps us a lot. The saga of the Heroes of Lallor is one of the most fascinating and tragic in the annals of DC Comics, a tale that explores the unforeseen consequences of scientific ambition and the weight of a genetic legacy. The origin of their powers does not lie in fortuitous accidents with chemicals or exposure to exotic energies, but rather in a direct and deliberate inheritance, conceived in a moment of desperation by their own parents. In the 30th century, the planet Lallor was ruled by an oppressive regime that forbade procreation, a cruel law imposed to control the population. Challenging this inhumane decree, a group of dissident scientists decided to ensure their lineages would not be extinguished. In an act of silent rebellion and desperate hope, these scientists performed experiments on themselves, altering their own genetic code with the intention of endowing their future offspring with superhuman abilities. They believed that, by doing so, their children would have the means to survive and perhaps even to overthrow the tyrannical government that oppressed them. The debut of these unique characters occurred in Adventure Comics Volume 324 in the year 1964, in a story that presented them as initial adversaries of the Legion of Superheroes. Hailing from the planet Lallor, the 5 original members, Beast Boy, Duplicate Boy, Gas Girl, Evolvo Lad, and Life Lass, arrived on Earth with a hostile attitude, believing that the Legion was a force of oppression, a reflection of the government they knew on their homeworld. Each of them possessed a unique and formidable power, a direct testament to their parents' genetic experiments. Beast Boy, whose real name is Ilshu Nor, possessed the ability to transform into any animal he wished, a versatile skill for both combat and infiltration. Duplicate Boy, or Ord Quellu, could replicate any superpower he witnessed, making him an unpredictable and extremely dangerous adversary. The character Gas Girl, Tal Nahi, had the power to convert herself into any type of gas, allowing her to pass through physical barriers and incapacitate opponents in subtle and lethal ways. The scientific genius of the group, Evolvo Lad, whose name is Sev Cheru, could accelerate or reverse the evolution of living beings, an ability of almost limitless potential. Finally, Life Lass, Somi-Gon, possessed the power to animate inanimate objects, transforming the environment around her into an army of improvised lackeys. The crux of the matter of how the Heroes of Lallor inherited their powers lies therefore in the self-inflicted bioengineering by their progenitors. It was not a radioactive meteor or a genetically modified spider, it was a conscious choice, an act of scientific and paternal defiance. The heroes' parents, whose names have largely been kept anonymous in the chronicles, were visionaries who saw science as the only key to their descendants' freedom. They underwent risky genetic treatments, with each couple focusing on a specific set of enhancements they hoped would manifest in their children. The transmission of these powers was a success, but the emotional and social cost was immense. The children were born as outcasts, feared by the regime, and viewed with suspicion by the general population. This alienation forged an unbreakable bond among them, uniting them not only by their powers, but by their shared experience of isolation. They grew up in secret, training their abilities away from prying eyes, preparing for an uncertain future. The complexity of their origins was explored in various appearances over the decades, solidifying their position as characters with significant moral depth. After the initial confrontation with the Legion of Superheroes, the Heroes of Lallor realized they had been deceived by a manipulative villain, one of the members of their own planet's government who sent them on a mission doomed to fail to get rid of them. Upon discovering the truth, they allied with the Legion to expose the corruption on Lallor. This narrative arc, which unfolded in subsequent issues of Adventure Comics, was crucial for the characters' development. They ceased to be one-dimensional antagonists and became heroic figures, fighting to free their people from the tyranny their parents had so vehemently opposed. The revelation that their powers were a legacy of resistance gave new meaning to their lives, turning what could be seen as a curse into a mantle of responsibility. Throughout their appearances, including later Legion stories and mentions in events like Crisis on Infinite Earths, the inherited nature of their powers remained a constant. Unlike many heroes who acquire their powers in adolescence or adulthood, the Heroes of Lallor were born with their abilities, which fundamentally shaped their identities from childhood. This particularity sets them apart, as their lives were never normal. Their parents' decision, though born of love and hope, sentenced them to an existence of danger and conflict. Their story serves as a powerful allegory about the responsibilities that come with power and the unintended consequences of good intentions. Genetics was the tool, but the true inheritance was the fight for freedom, an ideal they carried into every battle, honoring their parents' sacrifice and forging their own path as defenders of Lallor. In all the media in which they have appeared, from the pages of comic books to brief mentions in other adaptations, the essence of their origin as recipients of a genetic legacy of rebellion has remained intact, a fundamental pillar of their collective identity. So, did you enjoy this journey into the origin of the Heroes of Lallor? Their story is incredible and full of layers, showing that power can come from the most unexpected places, even from the love and sacrifice of our parents. Now I want to know your opinion. Comment below what you think of this origin, which of the heroes is your favorite, and what other DC Comics sagas you would like to see here on the channel. Don't forget to leave your like to support our work and share this video with your friends who are also comic book fans. Your interaction is what drives us to bring more and more quality content to you. Thanks.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret.